All right. Joe, you wanted to talk about this, so I'll bring it up.
Yep. I assume it's the one that I emailed you about. The one I was annoyed with the language that they used in the article.
Well, it's 13-year-old killed by cops, shot holding a BB gun.
Yep. It looked like a real fucking gun.
Looked like a BB gun.
Okay, but I'll take issue with what you just said, though.
Mm-hmm. Take issue, Joe.
Go ahead. Say it.
You said it looked like a real gun.
Yeah.
It is a gun.
It is.
It doesn't look like a gun. It is a gun.
Yeah.
It may be a BB gun
but
or a pellet gun.
Yeah.
But a BB gun and a pellet gun still shoots a metal projectile.
Yeah.
A BB gun and a pellet gun still shoots a metal projectile. And if it's in your hand and it's black and it shoots something, it's
Why
a
does
gun.
it gotta be black?
Because it is.
Oh.
It's not.
Speaking
It's not.
of
No,
metal
because
projectiles, this still reserve.
Yes. No, specifically because I know all the toy guns had to have a red, like a plastic red thing on the tip,
right,
to distinguish them from as a toy gun as opposed to a gun.
Look,
I don't think that toy guns that are sold to children, I don't think BB guns, I don't think anything that is not an actual gun that doesn't have like a bullet that comes, like what you were saying. Sure, it shoots BBs, but it's not like people are going to say it's not a gun. But I understand what you're saying. I think that all of those things that are not something that shoots a bullet, I don't think any of them should look like real guns. I think they should be bright pink, purple, orange.
But you've been to the gun
everything.
show.
It should
They now
be
make
clear.
they make guns.
You can get a 9mm pink.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
yes,
they
I
have,
understand.
like, they should,
Yes.
my brother, when we were in elementary school, like, this is even how far back they had like gun control issues. We were in elementary school. They had the little morning show every morning for us to watch, and he brought his little cap gun. You know, those little revolver cap guns where it would just make a little pop, pop sound. And it was clear. It had bright orange and bright green. And it was clear, too. And the principal took it from him and said, you cannot have anything that looks like a gun in the school. And he put it on the morning show and saying, like, even this is wrong. So, like, that's what they should be. They should be, like, bright colors.
And
you still shouldn't have them in school. God, this is early 90s.
30 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. I said that even
we haven't solved this problem
but that's what I'm saying. Long ago, they had gun control, rules in place, even before they looked like real guns.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, they should not have
here's the problem,
things that aren't, like,
doesn't matter.
Bullet shooting guns not be looking like guns.
You guys are missing a lot of this, okay?
Well,
the kid ran.
He ran, and then he turned around like he was going to shoot him.
Turned around and pointed it.
Yes.
Right.
How old was he?
13. So
he was outside unsupervised
10 p.m.
with a gun.
He pointed a
10
BB
p.m.
and he pointed a BB gun at a cop.
Yeah.
So
they looked like a real gun.
Exactly.
Right.
It is a real gun.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the conversation. Where was the parents and why weren't they?
The parents are now on podiums saying that the cops need to be held responsible for the death of their children and they shouldn't be shooting 13-year-olds.
Right.
Well, if he didn't have an ID or he didn't say who he was, how are they supposed to know?
Right. And you got a guy running with a gun.
This isn't a cop issue.
Wait a minute.
How
old are you? Is that a BB gun?
My issue with this was it was a media issue because the media is trying to reiterate the language that it wasn't a real gun or it was a replica gun. No, it was a gun.
Well,
I mean,
here's the statute, Joe. When you're defining a gun by statute, a firearm has to have fire, so it has to ignite by an exploding projectile. So that's where the definition of firearm is coming from.
CO2 cartridge, it's not considered a gun.
A firearm.
I think that it has to kill somebody. I don't think a pellet gun, a little BB gun can kill somebody. I think a gun has to be able to kill somebody.
When I put it in your eye, it will.
Well,
what about that thing?
You're going to shoot your eye out, kid.
What about that thing that guy was walking around with? No Country for Old Men. You had that little compressor thing that was just poking holes in your skull.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they do to kill livestock.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? The one on the floor? Yeah, they kill livestock with that.
I want that.
I'm not saying there aren't air-powered weapons that can't kill you, but here's the problem. This isn't a cop issue. This is I see a
parenting issue.
If I see somebody in my yard, if I go out there and the motherfucker points a black object at me, it looks like a gun, they're getting shot.
Yeah.
Right.
Period. I don't care who the fuck you are. I mean,
I don't blame the police at all.
No, not at all.
No,
it's not a cop issue.
10 o'clock at night,
kid fucking being a dickhead issue.
Running around. Why was he running?
They were investigating.
And he was in a black hoodie.
Hang on.
Hood up. Like
they were investigating reports.
More steel reserve.
They were investigating reports of 2 people that were committing robberies, and one was black and one was Asian. So they come up on two kids, one being black and one being Asian, and they said, "Hey, let's talk to you," and they took off running.
So it sounds like they found the people they were looking for.
I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying
where's the
from what I
Asian
saw
hate?
in the article.
Right.
Now all of a sudden they're being profiled.
They didn't catch him. I think he ran.
But here's the thing.
those Asians.
He didn't pull the gun. He just kept running.
I think it was Asian. May have been Spanish or whatever.
No, he was Asian.
Okay.
The kid who died was he was Asian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the kid that got shot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So here, this is a media problem because the media should not even be spinning this the way that they are.
Absolutely.
The media does everything they can to get
it
us.
It was a replica gun. Like a cop is supposed to know it's a replica gun.
They're the worst.
No.
They're the absolute worst.
The media fucking sucks balls, and they do this shit on purpose to try to get the fucking fire ignited and get people rioting. And we can sell ads because people are rioting, and look, we're gonna get all the coverage, and you can fucking advertise on our channel while you're to watch the riots. Like, fucking fuck off. The media is our worst fucking enemy.
Here's another thing too. Kids that age nowadays, they're going around unsupervised, just like these kids are, and they are pulling door handles on cars, and they're stealing stuff inside cars. Now, if somebody pulls up on them and sees them breaking into their car, they're probably gonna defend their property or whatever it is. But also, too, kids are finding guns in these cars.
Yep.
And
of course, that's why they're doing it.
If
because
the cops
it's legal to have a gun in your car in Florida, it always was.
But if cops were, approaching, what were they saying? The kids were doing what, Joe? What were they were
robbing
right. So remember. If you're robbing cars and they know that kids steal guns from cars all the time, why would he not think that is a gun that's going to shoot a bullet and kill him? That's the dumbest thing.
I don't even think you need to break this conversation down any further because clearly it's 10 o'clock at night. Kids, they tell them to stop. They run. The one kid flips around with a gun, points it at the police.
He flipped around with a
conversation
gun.
Over.
He didn't flip around with a replica gun. He flipped around with a gun.
Lisa agrees. Should I agree with Joe? BB gun is a real gun. Yeah.
It's a gun.
If I rob a 7-Eleven with a BB gun, can I get off because of misdemeanor because it's not a real gun?
No.
It sucks. The kid was 13, but I say court adjourned.
I say parents are at fault. Parents parents are at fault. 100%.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that off.
No, but what if I robbed
I'm glad we all agree.
If I robbed a 7-Eleven with a BB gun, what would I be charged with?
Stupidity.
Armed robbery.
Why? It's not a real gun.
No, it's as long as you.
Is it armed?
Yes, as long as you make the act and you're making it appear to be a real gun, you're going to be charged with armed robbery.
If I go into and I say, "Give me all your money," and I'm like, "Hold
armed robbery,"
and it's my finger.
Armed robbery.
It's
armed robbery because I have it hidden and I want you to think
it's still like threat with a weapon, right?
You could finger bang,
Which,
bang,
by
bang.
the way, I totally didn't get any of that on camera. It was on Joe the whole time because I was using my finger.
Joe, you should have used Joe Cam to get that on.
I'm
going to take a wee.
Well, that does look
back momentarily.
We'll
talk about you while you're gone.
As long as you have the parka.
My camera finger was my fake gun.
Using the white and black parka, it's pretty scary. Take my wallet now.
If we would just look to the cookie.
Oh, man.
I thought
Thank you for agreeing with me, Lisa. I don't know. I read the article, and it happens all the time, but I see it, and I'm like, yeah, you point a gun at a cop, you should get shot.
Lisa says that she has a great black pearl handle pistol water gun that she's had since she was a little kid. I absolutely would never pull that out in public now. I would be shot instantly. Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked you, when that happened with your brother, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I basically grew up in the 70s. So the toy guns we had really looked like
they look like
guns.
They look like guns.
There was no red cap on the front of them.
No, but 15 years ago, we had that rule that every toy gun had to have a red cap or an orange cap or something like that.
But that's the dumbest rule because you can easily pop that little tip off.
But the point was that it made it look like a toy.
Right.
And it was to specifically distinguish it as a toy.
Right. But even gun manufacturers are making pink guns and blue guns. And,
because they're accessories now.
Right.
You got to match your shoes. You got to match your purse with your shoes.
I had a Colt 45 cap gun that looked like a real gun.
Was it?
Oh my gosh.
Was it the one that had the pop hammer that hit the little wall
had
of caps?
The wheel that
had the roll of caps too.
Yep. Well, no, not the roll of caps. It had the.
It had the 6-shooter.
It was like
cap.
the
it
plastic.
It had the 6-shooter roll. Yeah.
Yeah, the plastic.
Yeah.
caps that you put in there.
Yeah, that's what his way was like. You know, you put the little
Mine looked like
ring
a real
of little
Colt.
caps. No, this was
And I had
very
an
plasticky
M16 that
looking.
looked
We had,
freaking real too.
we had one of the revolvers that had the roll of caps.
Shh,
And
don't
it
tell
used to
Drew about
roll-
the party.
it used to
so
roll.
yeah,
And then used to pop as you clicked it, it would like roll the spool.
Yeah,
and it would
yeah.
hit to the next pop.
right. I had
Yeah.
that when I
Yeah.
was a kid too.
I used to pop those with my nail, and it was like pop, 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 pop.
It was funny because I remember I had one of those and I was shooting it. It was like pop, pop, and then something happened. The whole thing ignited. I was like pop, pop. Yeah, I was like, yeah. What the fuck? I had this like
Gat.
little rocket thing that you
Yeah.
used to throw, and you used to put a cap on the end of it, and it would pop. And the same thing happened. You
Yeah,
used to
the
store
same
it-
things.
You started caps,
And then you had to throw them up because you
Yeah.
had to get the weight, so it
Yeah.
would hit straight down, and then it would pop in
But you
between.
could store the caps in the nose
Yeah, yeah.
cone, and I put all of them in there, and I did the same thing.
We had-
and then
we
the whole
had
thing
those things,
ignited, and
too.
it blew up. Oh, it was great.
I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah,
My brother may still have it.
yeah. We had all those.
You can probably find it on eBay.
You
Everything's on eBay.
do you know what we're talking about? Though?
Not a clue.
So it was like a little like almost like a shuttlecock for like badminton,
Okay.
and it was about that size, but it was metal.
Yeah, it was
I
all
like that you
metal.
called it
And-
a shuttlecock instead of a birdie. Keep going.
Same thing.
It is
but-
a shuttlecock. If
But
you
it was
go,
like,
you
it was
go.
like that. It would look like a little, like a rocket almost.
Yeah, it was
And
made out of metal. Had a lot of weight.
It had
you
a
threw
round. It had like a round head, and it had a little slot in the side. You would slide the caps in between.
Yep.
And then when it
Laura has one of
hit
those.
when it hit down, it would pop that cap and like explode.
Yep.
It's hilarious. No, I do not know what you're talking about.
They definitely don't make those shits anymore. Like lawn darts.
Yeah, jarts, lawn jarts.
My God.
Yeah.
You can
My friend got hit in the
segue
head
to
with one
your
of those. Got like
umbrella.
freaking 8 stitches.
You can segue to your umbrella from lawn darts. Keller says he has a gun that has a flag that pops out and says "bang" whenever you.
This is the last night I can drink until I recover from my surgery.
Was it
so-
made by Acme?
Probably.
From the Wild E. Coyote
Wild E. Coyote.
collection.